Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Or Mr. Chairman, I would yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, today I rise in opposition to H.R. 5297, the Small Business Lending Fund Act. And although my colleagues on the other side of the aisle claim that this bill would improve small business access to much-needed capital, I'm not convinced. In fact, there's virtually no guarantee that small businesses will benefit whatsoever from the funding in this bill. Nothing in Title I of the bill assures that banks will lend the capital, much less to small businesses. Title II authorizes lending by state programs to businesses that the Small Business Administration would consider large, and only Title III of this bill is targeted to assist small businesses. Nevertheless, the overall bill is badly flawed, and I can't support it, nor can I support the excessive small business assistance spending in Title III. Now more than ever, our nation is relying on small businesses to create jobs and to lead us in our economic recovery. But without sufficient access to credit or capital, small businesses can't expand operations or hire new employees. There's little doubt that efforts to bail out banks and other major financial institutions has not led to improved access to capital by small businesses. Last session, I strongly supported H.R. 3854. It was a comprehensive bipartisan revision to the capital access programs overseen by the Small Business Administration. That bill, unlike the one before us today, would have improved access to needed capital by small businesses. Incorporated into that bill was H.R. 3738, which provided a streamlined process to enable qualified venture capitalists to bootstrap their investment with additional federal monies to provide needed early-stage equity capital to small businesses. Successful operators would pay back the federal government before they took their own profits. Although the legislation came with a relatively modest price tag of $200 million, its benefits were sure to far outweigh the cost. And moreover, if the program did not succeed, the cost of failure was going to be very modest. That certainly isn't the case today with the bill we have before us. The cost has increased by 500% without any previous testing of its potential to succeed. And this will pile unnecessary risk or costs onto taxpayers at a time when we're dealing with record debt and unsustainable deficit spending. Even if Title III of this bill, the small business portion, even if Title III stood alone, given the dramatic increase in costs, I couldn't support it. But yet here it is. It remains attached to a bill that has even greater costs and costs that are fully not paid for in the short term. So let's look at it. Let's lay this out. We still have a budget. We still do not have a budget for fiscal year 2011. Our national debt has reached a new record high of $13 trillion, and the administration and the majority in the House continue to rely on unsustainable borrowing and spending to keep things running. When you consider the complete chaos of our fiscal house that it's in, the idea of more spending seems foolish, completely foolish. But that's what's being proposed by this legislation today, and I refuse to support it. You know, if my colleagues want to get serious about supporting small businesses and encouraging their growth, then there are lots of ways to do so, and I'm very happy to help. But H.R. 5297 is yet another ill-conceived effort that at the end of the day will only further punish American entrepreneurs. With that, Mr. Chairman, I'd reserve the balance of my time.